World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for Meditation a Day. Today we have a very special guest meditator, Keira Lani. She comes to us with this beautiful background knowledge of nature and the root system of the trees and the different animals. She's an amazing coach. She's an author. She's a speaker, and I can't wait for you to meet her. Keira Lani is going to first share with us a current learning that she's working with spirit, and then go into her meditation, which is Hummingbird medicine, sip the nectar of life. Keira, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Ruth. It's always such a gift, and the hummingbirds are such a special medicine on so many levels that I'm really excited that they came forth to work with us today.
Before you start with that, I know you're going to start with your lesson, but my girlfriend who painted this behind me, when she passed, we were in her garden and we were talking and looking at her art and all, and this hummingbird just came and was just like right there with us. And it was like, "Hi, Jeannie." So, yep, I feel very close to the hummingbirds.
Hmm. And the hummingbirds are also representative of my sons. My sons have the name, all four of my sons have the name Hummingbird. And so now there's a special connection with my son who's on the other side of life. And this picture you have with the five hummingbirds really it just really feels so active and alive, and so it's like a living legacy of your friend. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
thank you.
So, Carrie, you want to start with the current learning you're working with Spirit on?
Yeah, so this current learning that I'm working with spirit on is the ability to manifest the resources for all of my greater works in life. And I am really connected right now to not just my healing work that I do here online and with my clients, whether online or in person, but also with the hands on work that I do in recreating my home space, my garden, my driveway. And all of this requires hands on resources, right? And I realize that even though I'm really good at bringing money through me, I have not mastered the holding of resources. So every time that I have this bigger vision, it's like, okay, first we need the money. So let's bring in all that money, because whatever that last big manifestation that I had, it's already gone to a vision. And I really believe that's what money is for. That's always kind of been my philosophy around money. It's not for holding. But I realized that I had a deeper fear of holding money. And it's a fear of the predators. It's a fear of being looked at as greedy or feeling like I'm greedy, of not giving enough, not doing enough with it. And I've realized that in witnessing my mother and her journey, that this is something in my family lineage. And this is something that I get to heal on behalf of that lineage, backwards and forwards, for my sons and their future children, grandchildren, as well as my mother, my grandmother, and all of the women of the world. I'm just feeling really strongly like this is also something around a societal wound as well that I'm working with. And what I've learned is that these deeper pieces when we work with each one, each emotion that comes up, each feeling, each block as it comes up, then these pieces of magic drop in. And I've been receiving so much magical manifestations of money and of value in my relationships, even more importantly, of gifts that have been coming to me from all directions. And I feel so preciously gifted by my dear friend Ruth and all that she gives to me in each and every one of these calls and every other way that she has felt inspired to gift me. And the hummingbird medicine today is here to gift you with this special opening to your magic and your ability to find those resources wherever they are and to really receive them when they come. Because I noticed in this process that I'm in right now that because I had this deeper fear of having too much, when I would receive all the magical manifestations that I received in the past, I didn't receive it as deeply into my energetic being and allow it to work with my energy. So I want to invite that into our meditation today as well. I love how sharing this current lesson has brought in some of the deeper hummingbird medicine as well. So before I go into that, is there anything else that you would like to speak to, my dear Ruth? I saw you unmute.
Yeah, no, I'm just actually smiling because I forgot. I just was showing Terry Angel downstairs this morning. I bought this little hummingbird that is solar powered and it just circles. And so you stick it in like a plant and it just circles. And I thought,
Oh,
I have to show that to Kira because I was just playing with that this morning. But the hummingbird energy is just so, it feels so delicate, but it is not. Because when you look at how they just will stay in one place and just, it's like they're floating almost, but they're very strong. So it's an interesting, fragile, but incredibly strong and resilient energy.
yes. And yeah, there are so many things I love about the hummingbirds. And I have a lot of hummingbirds that live here, which I haven't seen them yet this spring. So I think they're still making their way back because they are mostly migratory. I think we have one species that lives year round in Oregon, um, but I don't see that one around here as much. And so I have many times had the hummingbird come to me in really, um, in really important moments in my life where something has popped into my mind that is an important message from spirit. And there's the hummingbird to ground it in. One time I had the hummingbird come to me underneath the butterfly bush, like not around from the outside, but underneath the butterfly bush and then up to my face and then around the back of me. And I've had them many times do what Ruth just described, where they come right up to my face and their little wings are going so fast, but their body's absolutely still. They're looking right at me and going and talking to me. And then I've watched them sit down and rest and just look around slowly.
Hmm.
And one time, multiple times, they like to watch the sunset from this tree that's at the edge of my yard. So multiple times have I watched hummingbirds flying around and then landing there and watching the sunrise while I'm doing my qigong practice below. And the way that they interact with each other is just fascinating. one of the most special times happened last year when I was in mourning for my son. And I was just right on my porch there, and a hummingbird sat on a stick, a, a little branch, and it was just sitting there looking around. And then all of a sudden, here comes the male hummingbird to sing to her. So the female was just sitting there singing, and then the male came over and flew around and like did a whole song and dance for her. And then she finally agreed to fly off with him, and they flew around each other a little bit and took off. I've had them draw a heart around me.
Mhm.
And so as I was tuning in to the hummingbird's desire to come into our meditation today, I realized that what the hummingbird wants to remind us of, even more than the more commonly known, the hummingbird is joy. The hummingbird is the expression of joy. The hummingbird will teach you to sip the nectar of life. And I feel like that portal is through their ability to be completely still and singing and receiving and um, moving in the stillness, and to be moving in such a way that you can really experience the stillness within the motion. It's almost like when they're buzzing around, their wings are moving so fast that you can't see them moving, and their bodies seem to hover completely still. I also had this morning coming through the medicine of birds in general, bringing us into a deeper appreciation of the wonder of existence. And to me, it's even more than, oh, their bones are hollow, so they're lighter. And it took me into the recognition of how much of our life is in the marrow of our bones, and how we can go deep into just like our DNA and our cellular structure and the ways that our blood flows through our veins, and we have to move to bring it back to our heart. And just like the hummingbird, we contain this beautiful existence of stillness in motion and motion in stillness. And so, this is the experience that I want to bring you in. I feel like one of my greatest, perhaps my greatest mastery in life has been bringing the practices that I learn, the experiences that I harvest from meditation and yoga and qigong, into more mundane life experiences, chores around the house, fixing up the house and the land, gardening, all of these things. And this is what I want to invite you into through our meditation today. So let's get started. I feel like we've already kind of started in a sense, and yet it's time to focus on the breath, to focus on the quality of your breath. And as you arrange yourself to be more comfortable in your seat as we drop in, take a moment to move your body to find that resting point where you can be completely still, noticing when you find the place of comfort, of ease in your posture. Rest there and allow the only movement to be the breath, flowing in and out of your body. And as you become more and more still in your outer body, bring your awareness through the noticing the breath, bring your awareness to the subtle movements, the movement of your heart beating within you, the gentle pulsation of your pulse, your blood moving through your veins. Notice what is settling within you. Notice these subtle movements slowing as you deepen and slow the breath. And begin to become aware of the deeper movement of energy that is not connected to your autonomic nervous system, to your blood flowing in and out of your bones, in and out of your heart, but is entirely of the spirit, the energy of the earth pulsing with the slow, steady heartbeat of the earth. The energy of the heavens cycling in their slow spirals, spiraling down into your crown. And begin to notice where this energy of heaven meets the energy of the earth in the center of your heart. It spirals out into an energy that is like wings at your back. Notice the way that this energy moves you. Notice that you, like the hummingbird, have the ability to be completely still within the most active movements that you ever do in your life. There is a core of stillness, and noticing what within you is always moving when you are absolutely still. And now notice the more that you become aware of these subtle energies within you, the more you are calling in the hummingbird medicine to dance with you. So perhaps right now you notice this energetic spiritual hummingbird has come to you. Perhaps many hummingbirds. I'm being called to a visualization of sitting in the middle of a beautiful meadow on a mountaintop. This meadow is full of wildflowers. These particular red wildflowers have called hundreds of hummingbirds. And you are sitting in the midst of the red flowers that are the hummingbird's joy medicine. Hummingbirds sip the nectar for the sweetness, for the little spark of energy, and for the little sip of moisture on their tongue. They also sit in the trees around you, chittering. They're speaking to you, sharing hummingbird wisdom with you. Listen. Just as the message from the hummingbird comes through to your inner ears, a beautiful hawk flies over majestically across the sky to witness your dance, your spiritual dance with the hummingbird. Tuning in even more deeply to this spiral of energy at the core of your being. Feel the portal opening up within you. What can move when you are completely still on the outside? And what can come to rest through your actions? I'm feeling an opportunity to do a clearing of the chakra system through this unique medicine that's showing up. So, as you continue to be still on the outside, breathe a spiral DNA helix that flows up from the core of the earth to the heavens and back down from heaven to earth. And allow this medicine to work through you, noticing the sensations, the feelings. If you notice a place that feels sticky as this energy is moving through your central channel, just visualize that it continues moving that stickiness through. Don't get stuck in it, but let it continue to move as if flushing your energy system of any old stagnant energy. If the energy wants to move your body, allow your body to move with the energy, feeling how this is encouraging a complete clearing of this stagnation. And then coming back to stillness, releasing the visualization, coming back into the awareness of your body, where it rests in your seat, an awareness of the breath naturally flowing in and out of you. An awareness of the heartbeat and the pulse of the blood. Then gently moving the hands and feet. Feel yourself bringing that blood back to your heart. and feel the heart receiving the blood from the movement of your hands and feet. So you can feel even the stillness between your heartbeats, the stillness in the space between the breaths. The stillness in the movement. Keep this feeling as you gently bring yourself back into the room, opening your eyes. You may notice an extra stillness at your center. When I opened my eyes, I almost felt as if the world were moving around me and I were the still point. As you gently move your hands or your shoulders, continue to look around with new eyes, with a new awareness. As if you are the hummingbird sipping the nectar of life. As we're arriving back, I remembered one more thing I wanted to share about hummingbirds that I didn't know for most of my life. I thought hummingbirds lived on flowers alone. And um, then one day, I was watching a hummingbird at my mom's place, and I saw it pecking at a spider web. And I was like, why? I was like, at first I thought the hummingbird got stuck in the spider web, but I was watching it and I was like, no, it's actually pecking at the spider web. And so I looked it up to discover that hummingbirds do eat small insects and even spiders, but I think this one had found a spider leaving an insect in a spider's web is what I think I saw the hummingbird eat.
Oh,
And so there's so much mystery to discover in the world. We can see things for for decades, for we don't really live for eons, but our spirit does, right? We can have seen the same thing over and over again hundreds of times and not have seen what is underneath the surface. And so I really invite an inquiry and exploration into what am I not seeing in myself, in my life. And it kind of takes me back to my current lesson I was sharing about, because I've been on this journey for basically my entire life, for decades now. And I'm always discovering nuances that I wasn't aware of because I keep doing the work. I keep coming back to what else is there. And so I really am excited to hear what you have received from this channeled meditation today.
thank you, Keira. That was beautiful. I want to segue for just a second here. You were talking about stillness, and they keep bringing stillness up in meditations over the last 2 weeks. And I love it when that happens because we're all hearing very similar messages at the same time. So it's just sort of part of the curriculum that we're on. But one of the things that they had shared in a meditation was be still and know that I am God. And then the words came in the stillness comes the words. In the stillness comes the meaning.
Mm.
In the stillness comes the sense of self. And in the stillness comes the purpose.
Mm.
And it was just such a beautiful reminder that if we are like the hummingbird and just flitting around all day and just constant energy, but we don't take that time for quiet. You said even they sit down. I've not seen a hummingbird sit, but even they
Yeah.
sit. But if we
Yes.
don't sit, then we don't get to hear.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to witness when I witnessed a hummingbird sitting and looking around from a branch for the first time, I really kind of got that. Even they rest. We think that they're always flitting around, but I've also noticed in watching them that even when they're flitting around, they're very much aware of their surroundings and looking around, and they'll go up really fast so they can survey, and then you'll see them. I watch them do this around here all the time, go really far. They'll go up really high, and then they'll be like all the way over there at this tree that I can't really see the leaves on because it's way over there. And so it's pretty incredible how cognizant they are. If you pay attention to the way that they're flitting around, it's not random. And so I think that's why their message was so much about holding that stillness even when you're in the motion, and um, recognizing how much is happening when you're in the stillness. It's never just this stasis. The stasis is, and all those things that you shared, so perfect. All of the words that come in the stillness, the realization that comes in the stillness. And when you can master staying in the stillness and getting a lot done, I mean, those days when I feel like I really get that, and like it all comes together that way, those are the days that I live for because it's so magical.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kira, thank you so much. Kira, question, what would you like friends to know about you and the work that you're currently doing?
I would love for you to know that I am bringing in, I am just jumping back into so many offerings right now. But this week, if you're here watching us live, here in the week of April 21st, I am offering a live womb channeling activation on this coming Sunday. And if you hear this too late, you can reach out to me for the replay. I will be recording it, and bringing through this womb channeling portal, I am also bringing through some really exciting offerings to work more deeply with these energies that I bring in the meditations. And so I'd love to see who is called to come in and share this space. What's coming through this womb channeling activation is an opportunity to really connect deeply with the divine mother and the womb of creation, and through that to your own personal creative power, and to connect to what wants to be birthed through you into this world. So, this is especially valuable if you are an artist or a healer or a teacher, if there's something that you would like to make sure that it comes through you in the most aligned, connected way, because often we get stuck in our head and what we think something is supposed to look like, and we can struggle with all of the details, when really what we need is to just connect more deeply to our channel. And this is a really exciting offering because it really has just come through me in such a magical way. This is what wants to be birthed through me. So it's really exciting to see who is being called to receive it.
And Keira, what time is it on Sunday? And if folks want to participate, how do they participate?
Yes, it is on Sunday, the 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And I made it this time because it's good for the worldwide audience, and also because this is actually going to be right while the moon is new in Aries. And I am really excited for that because Aries energy is the energy of starting, and the new moon is the energy of birthing. And so we're going to be gathering under the new moon in Aries to really birth through the essence of your creation, whatever that is for you.
Very cool. And how do they find it, Keira?
Oh, and how do you they find it? So I believe I shared a link with Enlightened World Network to put into the description to register, but you also may comment on this video or reach out to me directly at kiralani.treegong, or you can feel free to email me, kiralani@gmail.com, if you're needing that directly in your email box.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Keira, so much for today. What a delight to sit in that hummingbird energy. So thank you. And friends, thank you for being here with us. Spring is all around us, and I hope that you are able to feel all of the beautiful energies from nature around us as they come alive again for us. So take good care. God bless.